So over the period of time, I've tried and tested many true wireless earphones on this channel. Every earphone has its own advantages and disadvantages, and none of them was something that I can say as a perfect or make it on my go-to recommendation list. But I think today is the day when it's all going to change. So let's talk about the OPPO Enco W31, which was recently launched and which I have been using from last few days. I had enough time with these true wireless earphones so that I can give my review about the product. So before we dive into further details, let's start with the unboxing and see what we can expect inside the box. So here is the shipping box from Amazon, and as you can see, it is not pretty looking box. Let's just quickly open this up and take out our retail packaging. So here it is. Very minimal looking box like Apple, but let's remove this plastic sheet as well. So at the center we can see the image of the earphones itself. Below we can see it says OPPO Enco W31 True Wireless Headphones. Now on the sides we have nothing much, just OPPO logo. Getting back to the box, we have some features like simultaneous Bluetooth transmission, bass mode, which I definitely want to try out. Other than that, we have dual microphone for noise cancellation during calls, wear detection, intuitive touch controls, and IP54 water and dust rating. Now below this we also have the MRP of the device, which is mostly not what they sell on, so we are going to ignore this. But I'm excited to check these out, so let's quickly unbox this box. So inside we get the earphone itself, which is sitting nicely in the package. Let's take it out. Let's take off this plastic sheet. Now it's good. So here is the OPPO W31, and I have to say it's very lightweight device, but opening the case we can see that the earbuds are sitting nicely inside the case. But we have the whole video to admire this, so let's put this aside and see what else do we have here. So at the bottom of the box we get a USB cable for charging, and it is so good to see that it is USB-C. On the other side we get some extra ear tips, and last but not the least we get some quick start guide and warranty card. So we are going to keep this warranty card, and you know what we are going to do with this. But that was pretty much it for the unboxing, and now let's move to the review of the OPPO W31 True Wireless Earphones. Starting this review with the design, let's talk about the case first. The case has this pebble kind of shape with matte finish, soft plastic all over. While holding the case you will feel that it is lightweight device weighing roughly around 50 grams. On the back we can see it has the USB-C port which fits all the third-party cables. Now the case itself opens from the middle, and I will say it's not very enjoyable experience, and if you pay close attention there is not enough surface area to hold half of the case as we try to open it. Plus the case is slippery. If there was a cutout for the thumb then it wouldn't have been a problem, but overall the case and opening the case is not very enjoyable experience that you generally get with other true wireless earphones. Now after opening the case we have our earbuds sitting nicely inside the case. We have this function button in the middle which can be also used for pairing the earphones. Above that we have LED indicator which serves as the pairing and battery indicator. Now there is only this single light which will turn red, orange and green for the battery indication, and there is no way you can see the battery percentage of the case. It can be only seen if you are on an OPPO device where you will get this pop-up notification like Apple. Now talking about the earbuds, they look pretty much similar to the Apple AirPods Pro, at least the driver side of them, but I have no complaints with that. All I want this is to pump out good sound quality, which we will discuss later in this video. But for the design, I would say they are decent designed earphones, and in terms of build quality they are decent build earphones, although everything is in plastic, but it doesn't feel like a cheap one or flimsy build. And to make this stronger we get IP54 water rating and dust rating, which means you can easily run in rain or use it in workout sessions without anything to worry about water seeping inside. But now moving to the comfort and fitting, which is an important aspect when you are looking for any kind of earphones, headphones, and for that OPPO W31 are comfortable earphones. I used these earphones for about 3 to 4 hours, which is my general testing period, and during that time my ears were not bleeding, thankfully, and I didn't felt any sort of pain or discomfort, and these were secured fit as well. They didn't fall out even if I start running, they were glued very well into my ears. Now as there are no ear hooks, you cannot expect it to work very well in those heavy parkour workouts, but if you are doing casual gym or running, you should be fine. There is quite a lot you got on the feature side of these earphones. First of all, we get the Bluetooth 5.0, which has binaural simultaneous connection, which means both earbuds will connect individually to the smartphone. Generally in true wireless earphones, one of the earbud is connected to the smartphone and the second one connects to the first earbud. Mostly in those earphones we have pairing issues, that is one earbud might disconnect from time to time, but with this it shouldn't be an issue. For the encoding side we get SBC, which is pretty standard, and the AAC encoding, which is mostly found on the Apple devices. Like Apple AirPods, wear detection can be seen on the OPPO W31, which means the earphones will automatically pause the song when you take out one of the earbuds and will automatically start playing when you put it back. For media control, we have touch control on the earphones, which are subjective, as some people tend to like this and some people don't. As for the control, we can skip to next song and use voice assistant, but there is no play pause track as we get wear detection, so we don't need it anyway. But there is also no volume control. Volume control is something that is must for me and for everyone who don't wear a smartwatch, from where you can control the media playback. On the OPPO website it says low latency connection, but it doesn't specify how much latency we can expect. I've seen that on some websites it says 94 milliseconds, but couldn't find anything official, so let's test this out ourselves. So let's run the audio video sync test. As the ball hits the floor, we should hear a tick sound. As you can see, we are getting roughly around 250 milliseconds to 290 milliseconds of delay, which is good. And if I play one of my videos, you can see that it's enjoyable. Yes, I make amazing videos. But anyways, you can see that if you are watching movies or YouTube videos, latency shouldn't be a problem. But now let's fire up some shots on the COD mobile and see what results we are getting. As you can see, we are getting around 380 milliseconds to 480 milliseconds of delay, which is nowhere near to the 94 milliseconds for what the internet is saying. Maybe it will work better on the OPPO devices, but still this is better than what I have seen on other true wireless earphones, which provide latency around 600 milliseconds. So still this is better, and for me it's playable if I'm playing casually, but if I have to win a match, I'll definitely switch over to a wired earphones. In the battery section of W31, for the specs we have 25 mAh battery on each earbud and 350 mAh on the case. And in terms of playback time, we should get around 3.5 hours from the earbuds, and if we include the case, then in total we should get around 15 hours of playback. The case should give us additional 3 charging cycles. Now these tests are done by OPPO in their testing labs and in controlled environment, and stats are tested on 50% of volume. So when I tested the earphones, I got around 3 hours of playback at 65 to 70% volume, and from the case I got around 11 hours and 10 minutes of additional playback. For the charging time, it took me around 2.5 hours to charge full, which is not that great. They should have provided some sort of fast charging, but anyways, that was what can be expected from the battery life. Now a great feature that we get on these earphones is the dual microphone with noise cancellation. So it should perform well, but let me give you a quick audio quality test of the inline mic so you can judge by yourself. This is the audio quality test of the inline mic. So this would be something the person you are talking to would hear. But now let's talk about the sound quality. For the driver specification, it has 7mm driver, which is quite small, but I have to admit that it produces excellent sound quality. Now the problem we face as reviewing any audio device is that the sound quality of every product is different, and it's totally possible that one would love a certain headphone and the other might hate it. So sound quality is totally subjective. The common issue is some people like to listen to bass heavy earphones and some prefer balanced sounding earphones, and there is no go-to recommendation that we can give everyone, but today this is going to change with these earphones. The OPPO W31 produces amazing sound, good bass, mids, highs, pretty balanced, so it's perfect for all the people who want balanced sounding earphones. But if you're a bass lover, there is something called bass mode in the W31. You can double tap on the left earbud twice and it will activate the bass mode, and trust me, it will shake your pants off. It feels like you installed a new bass tube in your car. I mean, literally the difference is huge. You will feel the impact of the bass. Once you activate the bass mode, it will boost the sub frequencies and you will be able to listen to all the bass guitars, bass synths, 808s, anything below the 200 Hz frequency range. So if you are a bass lover, you will fall in love with these, and if you are not one, then you will also Love these. One point I do want to mention is that although there is no distortion even at max volume, but you might feel the volume to be just a hair low. I mean, I can easily listen to these on 70% of volume, but I know you guys, you like your music to be on much higher volume, so you might feel it to be a little quieter, not by much difference, but just a little bit. And now talking about the price, like every true wireless earphones, it is priced at 4,000 rupees, which is excellent for the features and the sound quality. Most of the true wireless earphones at this price doesn't have good sound quality, and sometimes they lack features, but mostly it's about the sound quality. Sometimes it's too bassy and sometimes it's too bright, so there is no one size fit for all, but I think anyone watching this video would like these earphones. But anyways, that was today's video, that was today's review about the OPPO W31. If you want me to compare these earphones with any other earphones, please let me know in the comments down below. And by the way, I've also placed the order for the Realme Buds Neo, so if you don't want to miss that out, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and notifications are turned on. Leave a like if you like this video and share this video with your friends. Until then, stay safe. Bye bye.